Almost There, Chapter 41, Tiana. Tiana wasn't sure she'd ever felt more relieved than when their boat rounded the shaded bend and the egress of the bayou came into view. She could see the white dome that sat atop the 20-plus stories of the Hibernia Bank building, the tallest building in the city. But that was all she could see. The corpulent greenish cloud shrouded the city. It even obscured the spires that sat atop the cathedral. Tiana had never seen anything like it. "That doesn't look good," Naveen said from over her shoulder. "No, it doesn't," Tiana said. "But at least we're almost there. I don't know how much longer that tarp will hold the water out." Tiana still wasn't sure why Lizette had packed a tarp for a couple of days in the city, but she wasn't questioning her. Stuffing the hole in the bottom of the boat had saved them. A troubling thought suddenly occurred to her as they neared the approach to the Mississippi River. "Guys, I don't think we can paddle this boat against the current of the river, especially with that thick algae covering it. It's been hard enough rowing along the bayou, and these waters were relatively calm." "I think you're right," Lizette said. "Wait a minute." Tiana held up a hand. She pointed to a rickety pier that had seen better days. "See those railroad tracks beyond this old pier? They lead to the main docks. I think we should tie the boat here and find the fisherman that rented it to us. Maybe he can get someone to come out with a motored boat and pull it back to the dock." Tiana shuddered at the thought of what it would cost to cover the damage that had been done. She wouldn't be surprised if it depleted what little savings she had been able to amass since buying her building in the Trem. But it would be worth it if this Lond woman Lizette spoke of could provide the help Tiana needed to finally defeat Facilier. They navigated their boat to the pier. The dark green sludge that coated the entire structure made it 1,000 times more difficult to tie the boat down, but they were able to secure it with little knots to one of the wooden beams. With her luck, that had been going since the big rainstorm hit. The entire beam would probably break away and send the boat sailing back down the canal before the fishermen could get back here to pick it up. Once out of the boat, the 5 of them started down the train tracks and ran along the shore's ledge. They arrived at the main dock 20 minutes later. "My goodness," Tiana cried with a gasp. The sludge was even thicker. It covered every surface, its moldy, putrid smell permeating the air. Tiana searched through the miasma of imposing fog, algae, and confused people, hunting for the old man with the scar on his face from whom she'd rented the boat. She found him in the spot where he had been 2 days earlier. "You're back," the fisherman greeted. He looked around. "Where's my boat?" "About the boat," Tiana started. She quickly explained the trouble they'd encountered and how they'd burned up the motor. "But I will cover the cost of all repairs," Tiana assured him. The fisherman huffed out an aggravated breath. "That's one of my best," he said. Then he shrugged his bony shoulders. "Though I know the bayou can be brutal. You say it's down at the old pier just before our ray-by?" She nodded. "We tied it to one of the beams. I'll go back and get it, but it will have to wait until later this afternoon." The man was shaking his head. "I'm gonna need it before then." He gestured to the other boats leaving the dock, bobbing along the choppy, scum-covered water. "This here is selling time, and you're already late bringing it back." "I know, sir," Tiana said, "but there's no buts about it. I need my boat, girlie. Now you get it, or I'm gonna have to call the authorities." "Tiana." Naveen put his hand on her shoulder. Tiana whipped around to face him. "I can go back for the boat. Louis, you'll come with me, eh?" he asked. "Yeah, sure I can," Louis said. Naveen turned back to her, his penetrating eyes pleading with her to accept his help. "You don't have to do this all on your own. We're here for you. I'm here for you." Tiana hesitated as a blend of uncertainty and gratitude converged. This was her mess. She'd pulled them all into this. She shouldn't expect her friends to get her out of it. But Naveen was right. She didn't have to do this alone. She couldn't. "Okay," Tiana answered. The shame she thought she would feel didn't materialize. All she felt was overwhelming relief at knowing she didn't have to rely solely on herself. An embarrassed flush raced across the fisherman's craggy face. "Well, maybe I could go out there with you two," he said, contrariness sufficing his voice. Tiana turned to him. "I meant what I said about covering the cost of repairs. I pay my debts," she said. The old man waved her off, but then his eyes narrowed. "Hey, wait a minute. You're the one with the supper club in Trem, aren't you?" Tiana nodded. He snapped his fingers. thought so. There was a fella here asking about you a long time ago. An unwelcome sense of dread washed over her. Someone asking about me? Tiana asked. Yep, tall, skinny fella. He plopped a hand on top of his head. Had on a big ol' hat, one of those fancy kinds. Facilier. Thank you for letting me know, she said, and thanks for being so understanding. Naveen clamped his hands on her shoulders and turned her to look at him. It is him, is it not? That shadow guy? She nodded. There was no need to withhold the truth. I'm coming with you, Naveen said. She shook her head. No, please, just help him get this boat back. She released a deep breath. I'll take care of the shadow man. Are you sure? He asked. The concern in his voice wrapped around her, providing comfort she hadn't realized she so desperately needed. Yes, I'm sure, Tiana answered. Thank you, but I can handle this. Naveen seemed reluctant to let go of her shoulders, but after several seconds passed, he finally did. Tia, are you going to be okay, sugar? Charlotte asked. I will be once I talk with this woman Lizette is taking me to see, she said. Okay, well, in that case, I'm catching a taxicab home, Charlotte said. I need to burn these clothes and spend the next 3 hours in a nice hot bubble bath. Tiana walked over to her and wrapped her in a hug. Thanks for all your help out in the bayou, Lottie. You really stepped up. Well, what did you expect? That I would let my best friend down? She replied. I will always be here when you need me, Tia. Remember that. She pulled back slightly and narrowed her eyes. Unless you need me right now, because I'm serious about that bath. Go clean up, Tiana said. Get ready for tonight. Tonight? Yes, Tiana said. It's Shrove Sunday. I'm not letting the Shadow Man ruin the big day before Mardi Gras celebration. Tiana turned to Lizette. Take me to your tea lawn.